Why are companies leaving countries like Singapore, and could the Philippines position itself to attract those opportunities? And speaking of Singapore, the country known as Southeast Asia's business hub, it seems to be experiencing what some are calling a business exodus. Take Dyson, for example, based in the UK, I believe. They moved their headquarters to Singapore, but are now shifting key operations like software development and IT to countries like the Philippines, where costs are lower and talent is abundant. And they're not alone. The Singapore Business Federation reports that more and more companies are considering relocating to remain competitive. So, could this be the Philippines' chance to step up? As someone raising a family here in the Philippines, this is kind of personal. If the Philippines can attract these opportunities, it could mean more jobs, better infrastructure, and a brighter future for families like mine. So let's break it down. Welcome to this G5 Philippines podcast. And if you're new here, I'm Gail, an American living abroad with my Filipino wife and our 3 kids here in the Philippines. My channel is all about discussing life abroad, social and cultural insights, and topics that matter both globally and locally. And today, this is kind of a big one. I've actually been researching on this for about a week. And for me, it's as much about business as it is opportunity for the Philippines. So whether you're thinking about moving abroad, wondering about the future of job opportunities, or just curious about what's happening in the region, this could directly impact you. When companies move operations, they bring more than just investments. They bring growth, better infrastructure, and opportunities for families like mine and yours. So let's get into why Singapore, in particular, seems to be losing its appeal and what that could mean for the Philippines. Singapore has long been regarded as Southeast Asia's economic powerhouse, stable, efficient, and a hub for innovation. But recently, its high costs have started to create challenges. I mean, think Los Angeles, New York, Chicago. Singapore is a teeny tiny country. And office rents in Singapore are among the highest in the world. And wages continue to rise, and the overall cost of living makes attracting and retaining talent increasingly difficult for, these companies. And on top of that, Singapore's strict regulations and limited space for expansion make scaling operations a real challenge. Many businesses are now looking at alternatives that offer greater flexibility and lower cost. So for me, this trend is more than just an interesting shift in global business. As somebody raising a family in Southeast Asia, specifically here in the Philippines, I see how these changes could ripple across the region. If companies start relocating, it could mean new job opportunities, a stronger local economy, and even improvements to infrastructure that benefit everybody. It's hard not to wonder, could this be the Philippines' moment to shine? But this isn't just about me and mine, it's about everybody, particularly Filipino families. These trends could directly shape their future: better jobs, competitive wages, and long-term stability. And for anyone considering a move to Southeast Asia, these shifts could influence where they live or invest. This is more than economics, it's about opportunity. Now, I've enjoyed different opportunities working alongside talented Filipino professionals here in corporate Philippines. My first gig was representing a Nashville-based solar company, and then later a European-based software company. These experiences gave me firsthand insight into the unique strengths of the Filipino workforce, their resilience, adaptability, and commitment to delivering high-quality results. And with that, I gained a unique perspective on what makes the Philippines special and why it's an attractive option for global business. One example is the cost of living. Compared to Singapore, or the US for that matter, the affordability here is on a whole different level. For families like mine, that means being able to stretch our resources further. But for businesses, it means saving millions in operational costs. But I don't want to make it all about cheaper real estate or cheaper wages. It really is about the overall value you get in return. So imagine this: a company currently struggling with rising rents in Singapore moves their back office operations to the Philippines. Not only do they cut costs, but they gain access to a workforce that's highly skilled and, by the way, speaks great English, which, is a huge advantage in global business. And from my experience engaging with Filipino professionals, their ability to deliver consistently high quality work is truly impressive. I've also seen firsthand how much pride they take in their work. They show up, they offer genuine value, and they also exhibit an incredible willingness to adapt and learn, qualities that are so valuable in a competitive business environment. I've seen team members go above and beyond to meet deadlines, solve challenges creatively, and deliver results that rival those of their counterparts in more expensive markets. I like to call it Filipino ingenuity. And on a personal level, this hits close to home. My wife is a Filipina, and I see these same qualities, resilience, determination, and heart, not just in her, but in her family and friends. It's inspiring, actually, and it's a big reason why I believe in the potential of this country to attract more business and grow its economy. And then there's the Philippines location, which is very strategic, by the way. It's literally at the crossroads of major trade routes in Asia. This makes it an ideal hub for companies looking to connect with global markets. And with government incentives aimed at attracting foreign investment, there's a growing push to make this country even more business friendly. For me, it's about seeing the Philippines thrive. It's about opportunities for my kids in the future, my wife's extended family, and the millions of hardworking people who make this country what it is. So while the Philippines has tremendous potential to attract global business, it's not without its challenges, and we all know that. From my perspective, the appeal of the workforce and affordability is clear, but there are areas that need attention to truly compete with places like Singapore. So for me personally, having been in and out of the Philippines for the past 14 years, I've experienced both the charm of the Philippines as well as the hurdles. Take infrastructure, for example. While the country has made strides, challenges do remain. Internet speeds have improved immensely, making it seamless for businesses to rely on connectivity for critical operations. But conversely, road traffic in urban areas like Cebu or Metro Manila can turn a 30-minute drive into a multi-hour ordeal, something I've experienced myself far too often. I actually had one experience that I'll talk about. I was in Manila and I accompanied a sales team to go out on a sales call. And the trip from the office to the client office was about 20 minutes. I remember it being real quick. Had our 30-minute sales meeting, and then the trip back to the office, 5 hours. No exaggeration. So these could be serious concerns for businesses trying to operate efficiently. And for families like mine, these issues trickle into everyday life. Reliable internet is important not just for work, but for other things, of course. Kids being able to access their school resources and stuff like that. My wife being able to access her Facebook and YouTube and things like that. That goes for me too, just being honest. But anyway. But what about improved transportation systems? These wouldn't just help businesses. Imagine how much smoother life could be for everyone, from parents commuting to work to families going about their daily routines. Another area where improvement is needed is the business environment itself. Bureaucracy can slow things down, and navigating the process of permits and approvals or whatever paperwork can be frustrating for companies looking to get started quickly. I had one experience a few years ago where I was waiting for a specific, it's a government agency permit that took over a year, and inexplicably, we don't know why. But anyway, that was a long time ago. While these systems are improving, streamlining processes would make the Philippines a far more attractive destination for foreign investment. Here's the thing. Improving these areas doesn't just benefit companies, it actually benefits everyone. Better infrastructure means more reliable power, faster internet, and smoother commutes for families. Streamlined regulations mean fewer delays for businesses, but they also mean a more efficient government that can focus on other priorities like, healthcare, education. And with foreign companies bringing their operations to the Philippines and pouring capital and resources into the country, these improvements would directly impact our quality of life, creating opportunities not just for my wife's extended family and friends, but for millions of hardworking Filipinos who deserve better access to resources and opportunities. And by the way, these challenges are not unique to the Philippines. Every country has its hurdles. But what makes me optimistic, even excited, is the momentum I'm seeing here. The government is aware of these issues and is making efforts to address them, from infrastructure upgrades to investment incentives. It's a step in the right direction, but, there's still work to do. And still, I can't help but wonder, with all this progress, will the Philippines lose its charm? I actually think about this all the time. Part of what makes this country so special is its warmth and authenticity. The key, I believe, is finding a balance, welcoming progress while holding on to what makes the Philippines unique. And by the way, these are the kind of topics that I really enjoy getting into. And I'll even extend an invitation. If you'd like to join me for a future podcast discussion, let me know through the links below. The Philippines has so much potential to attract global businesses and create life-changing opportunities for its people. But to fully realize that potential, certain steps need to be taken. From my time in both corporate America and then working with corporate teams here in the Philippines, I've learned that small, targeted changes can lead to big impact. We've already touched on this earlier, but improving public transport and infrastructure remains a critical step. Efficient transportation systems not only reduce travel times for employees and business, but also enhance productivity and overall quality of life. Imagine turning that 5-hour commute into, a 20-minute commute. Projects like expanded rail systems and modernized highways could make urban hubs like Metro Manila and Cebu or Davao significantly more business friendly. And we touched on this earlier as well, but streamlining business registration and processes, bureaucratic processes, remains a vital area for improvement. And for businesses looking to invest, time is money. The current bureaucracy can slow progress and discourage potential investors. Simplifying these processes, digitizing applications, reducing redundancies and paperwork, and increasing transparency would go a long way in boosting the Philippines' appeal as a global business destination. And thirdly, investing in education for tech and trade skills is a game changer. The Filipino workforce is already incredibly talented, adaptable, but as industries evolve, so do the skills they require. By focusing on technology, engineering, and trade programs, the Philippines can position itself as a leader in fields like AI, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. This not only prepares workers for high-paying jobs, but also attracts companies looking for cutting-edge talent. So, could the Philippines become the next business hub in Southeast Asia? I believe it has real potential, but it is going to take targeted investment, innovation, a clear vision for the future. For me, as I've said, this is about opportunity. It's about seeing the Philippines grow and thrive. For the companies that may relocate here, for my kids' future, my wife's extended family, and the millions of hardworking Filipinos who truly deserve a brighter future. So, what do you think? Could the Philippines capitalize on this moment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And again, if you'd be interested in joining me for a future podcast, get in touch with me through my social links in the description below. And let's keep this conversation going. And finally, if you found this video informative, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.